The Friday, June 7th edition of the Triple Crown News Minute is presented by Niall Brennan Stables. They'll be at Barn 8 next week, the OBS June sale of 2-year-olds and horses of racing age. We'll talk about a couple of their consignments coming up. I'm Scott Jagow along with Ray Paulick. Ray, it has thankfully been an uneventful week.
It has, and we're finally here, the eve of the Belmont Stakes. Tremendous card, 8 Grade 1 races in all.
And we don't have a lot of news to report, so what we're going to do is play a little game called Toss or Keep. We're going to go through the field of the Belmont Stakes and decide whether we're going to keep that horse in the mix or toss him out for our handicapping purposes. Let's start at the rail with Jovia.
Toss. This is the horse that caused the problems in the Wood Memorial. Is going to be in front, not for very long though.
The only argument you can make is Datara. 38-1, 2008.
Well, that's true.
Got to the lead, went gate to wire, but toss, in my opinion.
All right. Everfast, what are you going to do with him?
I was really stunned by Everfast's closing performance in the Preakness to get second, but I think it was the fact that the rail was kind of golden, and so I'm tossing him as well.
He's a toss for me. Other than that race, I just can't see anything to like about Everfast, other than Dale Romans. Everybody likes Dale Romans, right? But Everfast, toss.
Master Fencer, the Japanese horse, I feel like he's getting a lot of buzz, and I'm not sure if I'm on board with it. I'm kind of on the fence about him because I'm leaning towards toss.
I'm going to keep Master Fencer. I know that he's on the wrong lead and his gallops every breezing and everything, but he's going to be coming at the end. And as far as the closers are concerned, it's not a closer's race, but he will be closing for something.
Yeah, I can see that underneath for sure. I don't have him.
I don't have him winning.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We agree there. Tax.
I'm going to toss Tax. I never liked Taxes, and I didn't like him going into the Derby. He didn't show much in the Derby. I'm just going to toss him.
I thought he ran pretty good in the Wood behind Tacitus. Showed a competitive spirit in the stretch. He has some things going for him. He's the kind of grinder horse that might do well in the Belmont. So I'm going to keep him for at least underneath.
Bourbon War.
Toss. I toss him only because I think this is not his game. I think he's going to be better suited at the mile where he gets more pace to run into, and I just don't think he's going to get the pace to run into.
I agree. His best looking race on the form is the Fountain of Youth, where he had the perfect setup and he was second. Toss.
Spinoff.
He's a keeper for me. I love Spinoff. I think he's going to be galloping second. He's going to take the lead going into the far turn, and Spinoff is going to run off.
I completely agree. I loved him heading into the Derby, and to me, he reminds me of Palace Malice. Not, they have different sires, Curlin versus Hardspun. Curlin obviously produces more classic types than Hardspun, but into the Derby, both those horses were improving. Then they had a bad Derby for different reasons, and now they're getting another chance. Yes, I love Spinoff. Keep.
Sir Winston.
I'm going to keep Sir Winston. I really liked what he did in the Peter Pan. He was far back. He did get some pace set up, but he was way back and then went wide and finished second. So I'm leaving him in the mix for sure.
I agree. I'm going to leave Sir Winston and going to keep him.
Okay, Intrepid Heart is a keep for me. He didn't have as good a race in the Peter Pan. He was kind of weaving in the stretch. That's why they've added the blinkers. He's a distracted horse, but he's only raced 3 times. I love his family on both sides, and the siblings and the dam were both late developers, so I think there's a lot of potential for this horse. Definitely a keep.
I'm going to toss him. I didn't like the Peter Pan at all. I thought he did stumble at the start, but he didn't show me much after that, so I'm tossing him.
Okay, how about War of Will?
War of Will, how can you not keep... yesterday on the Friday show I said I'm going to toss him. I'm going to toss him from the win, but he's going to be in the mix, so I'm going to keep him.
Yeah, he's a keep. He's probably should be the favorite in this race.
I think so too.
We'll see how the grind of the Triple Crown is going to affect him in that last part of the stretch, but yeah, you got to keep War of Will.
Tacitus, the favorite, the morning line favorite. Is he going to be favorite?
He's such a quiet favorite. His trainer Bill Mott is a quiet guy, and this week just not a lot of buzz about him.
Yeah, the horse has done nothing wrong. It's been a quiet week in general. I'm going to keep him. I don't love him, but with the pedigree that he's got out of closed hatches by Tappet, trained by the Hall of Famer Bill Mott, got to keep him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a logical winner for this race, for sure. but at his price, I'm probably going to look elsewhere to try and, you know, make some money. All right, it was 4 years ago at this venue, Belmont Stakes Day, when American Pharoah broke the 37-year drought, winning the Triple Crown. I just remember being in the crowd, and I had my camera, and the crowd was going nuts. I still get chills thinking about it. Well, American Pharoah is a stallion now. His first crop is racing, but he still has some left on the market. Big opportunity.
Next week at the OBS sale, Wednesday to Friday, Niall Brennan has an American Pharoah filly, Egyptian Princess, hip 318. She breezed 21 4/5 seconds on Thursday. She's out of a Grade 3 winner, full ransom by full mandate from the family of Grade 1 winner boys at Toscanova.
Well, that same year that American Pharoah went on to win the Classic at Keeneland, Liam's Map won the Dirt Mile, and he was a good miler. And he's got some good progeny too. Same thing, first crop, and there's a colt in the Niall Brennan consignment.
Hip 415 from the consignment. Liam's Map colt out of a Cherokee Run mare. Liam's Map, as you said, is a very good miler by Unbridled Song, and we'll see how his first crop progeny do.
Well, you can check out the consignment at Barn 8 next week, OBS June sale, 12th through the 14th. We appreciate their support of the Triple Crown News Minute, and this is the last one of 2019. Thanks for joining us.